good morning to your viewers. Good morning to my sisters. Auntie darling, I've missed you.
I've missed you.
My dear, it's been a long time. Congratulations on the formation of your party.
Thank you.
I've been out of Accra. I've been out and about 16 regions traveling, and I'm now settled here back to my home. I don't miss the traffic. Sorry for being late. The traffic is terrible. And I also don't feel okay to put a siren in my car. I want to, because it's not fair that other people will be in traffic and I would have a siren, or any other person would have a siren, or bypassing the traffic. So I had to go through it. Sorry, forgive me. You know, one thing that struck me was that 2020, 2024 is good. But what happened to Ayawaso West Wogon? The people who were maimed, the people who lost their limbs, who are incapacitated. I believe that Honorable Muntaka has done well, taking the bold step to implement the policies, the reports that has come out, but he has to also look at others like Ayawaso West Wogon.
He already called for the full implementation of the report, and we'll go into that.
Yes, Ayawaso West Wogon, the people who were named, they have to be compensated. But I heard you say that some people are on police inquiry bail.
Yes, that was the detail we're giving.
The point is that how can somebody who has killed anyhow, without cause, be on bail? Do you get me? If you have killed without cause, rampant killing, and you are on bail...
Is it not because the investigations are still ongoing, which the Interior Minister made clear?
You can be inside and still investigations will go on. People are taken out of prison to be interrogated if they are found to be witnesses in a case. So why can somebody be on police inquiry bail?
Perhaps based on the evidence given. They want to be sure that people are treated fairly, even in the midst of the process.
But I am saying that, see, that thing hurts me a lot. This thing, you are innocent till proven guilty. There are times that you can see clearly that this is what happened. Look, yesterday I was on another platform. I came 2 days ago, so yesterday I had to just make myself available. There is a member of parliament, I don't want to mention his name. He said that the boy who was killed in Techiman was his aide. And at the end of the day, they arrested his driver. I think he's called Nabo Maiga, former MP. He said his driver was arrested for the killing when his driver did not even have a gun. Do you get it? You know, Beatrice, when a gun is shot, the bullet that comes out of that gun is always accounted for. Because you go to the armory to take either an AK-47, a pistol, whatever, and the bullets that are given to you, even if one leaves that gun, it should be accounted for. The people who died with a gun, the bullet in their body, when the postmortem is done, they do not carry or bury the bodies with the bullets. The bullet is taken out, and whichever gun that held that bullet is known, and it is to a name. So why are we finding it difficult to get the people? All these years, 8 years, my dear. You see, it is just an example of a failed government, and that is the NPP. It took 8 years. An example of a failed government that does not care about Ghanaians. They think that Ghanaians are nobodies. They were just interested in being in power. How many times didn't we say that we have to deal with the people who are dead? We have to deal with the issues that brought about their deaths. Because everybody was quiet. The government that had the machinery of the security apparatus in this country, that was the New Patriotic Party, headed by His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, saw Ghanaians being killed as rats, and they didn't care. So we all hoped with prayer that 2024 will be different. And the same thing happened, albeit with lesser numbers. But nobody should die because of an election. We should not lose a life because of an election. Who gave the people the impetus to shoot? Even the 2024 elections, the military, they were not active. Did you see it?
Yes. I mean, that was the agreement, because there were a lot of complaints that they should not be close to elections.
Yes.
And we had, I think, both the EC chair and other officials indeed confirming or assuring that they will not be there until the situation got out of hand.
But I am saying that you saw a civilian even, fighting a military man. We don't know whether it was a true military man, but he was in uniform. That's the only way we could identify. Do you understand? The person did not even, even touch the civilian. So who killed the 6 in 2024? Is it the police? Or are there tags that they put a police uniform on them? We do not know. I remember, you see, one thing stays with me, and it stays with me very deeply. As you said, Honorable Esiedun Ketia, chairman of the NDC ruling government, we went for an peace council meeting, and Chairman Esiedu talked about this. And I remember I asked the question that what is the IGP doing about the people who have been killed? The response was that the IGP said that they are not getting people to come out. So I said, which people should come out? When a gun is shot, the bullet itself is evidence. He said nobody is talking to them. When they try to investigate, nobody says anything. And that was Akufu Dampare. And I was highly disappointed in him because I had a lot of respect for Akufu Dampare. And that day, when that message got to us at the peace, we were all saying, how? That you say you cannot get people to testify. So the people should just die as rats.
Is this not an example of a system that has encouraged impunity over the years? The reason, of course, it took 8 years for us to hear some information on the progress of investigations. But really, military and police officers have been killing people, brutalizing people. But we don't seem to hear of what happens to them after the information even comes out. So the question I'm asking you is what we're seeing now, the reason you're blaming the previous government, is it not an indication of a system that has emboldened wrongdoing and people who do wrong?
At every particular time, the system is the one that will embolden, but also there are people who are recalcitrant. But also when it comes to the military especially, they have their own courts within that barracks. Do you get me? They have their own courts, they have their own way. So even when they punish the people, sometimes it doesn't come out. But we have to find out that these people who have been killing, are they real military people? Or they are just some vigilantes that are an appendage or an arm of parties? This one has been established.
Military and police uniforms.
Yes, the military and police uniforms. Are they just maybe a wing or some vigilante group or some group that is not really police and military? Because at the end of the day, when these people are killed, as you said, you cannot even identify a certain military person who did it. We see, during elections, we see the military, we see the police. But if we are putting so much on military and police, 2024 is an example where the military was not involved. People were not allowed to even take guns to polling stations. So who killed whom? Is it only the military and the police? Maybe we should dig deeper to see who killed whom.
The Interior Minister said the investigations are ongoing, so perhaps we'll get an update.
Yes, because for me, my point of this explanation is 2024. Who killed whom? 6 people died. But you see, sometimes if we are talking about the New Patriotic Party, people say that, oh, Nana, you are being too political. 8 years, you could not find this. 8 years, bitches. You had all the it didn't even ever occur.
The NPP says that at least in the by-election of January 2019, which was our Ayawaso Wogon, something that has really dominated our conversations, they at least asked Emil Short to investigate.
Look at so when Emil Short investigated, what happened? Listen to these people. So because Emil Short investigated, what happened to the outcome of the investigation? What are they listening to themselves? That you investigated, and the people who were indicted, you promoted them.
So the Interior Minister has asked for, let me ask you this, then I'll come back to you, ma'am. The Interior Minister has asked for the full implementation of that report that Emil Short came out with. But let me remind us really of some of the things that the report said. Of course, one of the main things that Emil Short said in that report was a review and restructure of national security, because it felt that in the Ayawaso West Wuogon, around the Baulishi area, there didn't seem to have been clear direction in terms of the command structures. And so they want a review of that. Also talked about, so that was like reporting lines and even responsibilities. Also, the SWAT teams at the national security should be disbanded. As for rigorous training for the general SWAT team, of course, what you just talked about, Colonel Michael Opoku, asking him to be punished, and also then Minister of State at the National Security, Brian Echampon, who is currently a flag bearer aspirant for the opposition NPP, and of course the compensation of families of those victims as well. So these are some of the details that the Interior Minister would want fully implemented.
The Interior Minister should not implement anything here. This thing that has been recommended is for NPPs, not for NDC. Today, our government has a good national security system headed by a professional. This does not apply to us. It's not applied to our government. The only thing that he should implement is the compensation.
But there's also the review of the structure. There's always a need to improve the security or whatever structures.
I am telling you that today, this one was at that time, that the structure wasn't good. Today, we have a national security coordinator, national security system that is good. There is, you can't say that everything is, but it is good. So we don't need this. Honorable Muntaka should not worry himself. What is he going to implement here? These recommendations is not for NDC.
There was also an indictment of NDC officials in the Ayawaso West Wuogon. And that was when Emil Short and his team said that Ofosu Ampofo, for instance, his press conference might have contributed to the escalation of the violence there, as well as even Sam George, what he said earlier.
It is gone. Sam George was slapped. Was he not? Who said what? So at this time, this one is gone. This thing I don't mention, the only good thing in this recommendation is the compensation. And that has to be done. The rest is not for us, it's for NPP. They did not implement it.
By the time, people were asking for Ofosu Ampofo to be called and investigated as well regarding why he did that press conference.
So he shouldn't do press conference.
Sam George
did he pull a gun? Political.
But you heard what he said. He claimed that there was violence in the place, which was per the report. So let me read a bit of what the report said.
This is what I said.
So let me just read it to you. It said in the morning I'm just reading to you what Emil Short said in the introduction of that report. He said, in the morning of Monday, 31st January 2019, barely a few hours after voting had commenced in the Ayawaso West Wuogon by-election, following the death of the Honourable Member of Parliament, Emmanuel Tremantin Ejako, the national chairman of the opposition, he was then the chairman of the opposition National Democratic Congress, Mr. Samuel Ofosu Ampofo, addressed a press conference where he alleged that the NDC parliamentary candidate and 6 party agents and accredited observers had been shot at by invisible forces who have been given national security uniforms. If you go to the end of that statement, Emil Short said in that report that what he said might have instigated these allegations, which caused widespread national alarm and outrage, led the president, so he just talked about Akufo-Addo, but claiming in that introduction that it instigated that.
One, the key word here is alleged. And as a chairman of a political party, if you're on the ground, nothing bars you from doing press conference. And you also get information from the ground. Your information from the ground, from the grassroots, from the people. I've been a general secretary before. I know Auntie has been a chairman before. Your people will bring you info. Do you get me? So this one, you see, how can Emil Short write a report without bringing in NDC? The NPP will not be happy. So you should find some low-hanging fruit and bring it. How can you tell me that a national chairman of a party cannot do press conference when there is an election? He can do press conference. And he only speaks, Honorable Fosu spoke based on the intelligence he got from the ground.
So what you're saying is that that information was needless.
That would not ignite violence. You think violence is easy? Who was indicted in the report? Did they indict any NPP person that they shot? Was NDC person?
Jantuah was indicted.
Yes,
Mike Lukoku was indicted, and a few other individuals.
And who are they? Did they indict any NDC person? They said national security. At that time, who was in charge of national security? Was it the NDC? The NDC was in opposition. Who was in charge of national security? It was the NPP. So clearly, you don't think Emil Short will not write a report without bringing NDC. He would think it's a biased report. So that is the only low-hanging fruit that he can bring. What you are saying that they are gagged, as a chairman of the party, he was gagged. He can't do press conference. And there's the word alleged. He was very careful. He wasn't categorical. He said alleged.
Now, I want to